Hello, welcome back to a new video on Horror Movie Collector. It seems it's been a really long time since I last done a new video on my horror page, so for this one I've been going through a lot of my paper material that I have and going through all the lobby cards that I've got, and I thought, well, I'll talk about those in a bit more detail and try and make it a little bit more interesting. So starting off with the first set of lobby cards I've got, which are British lobby cards from the 1992 film Candyman, and these are British lobby cards, and this was a Clive Barker creation, and you've got Tony Todd and Virginia Madsen that played in the lead, and really nice set of British lobby cards, which these ones are a lot smaller than the average like American lobby cards, or the ones that are more foreign ones from Europe, like the European lobby cards. So they're slightly different in size, but these are a really nice set from the very first film, which is back in 1992. Really great shots. So you can imagine going into the cinema and seeing these all around the walls as you were going into the theatre to see the film. And these are released by Rank Film Distribution, and these are the British make. So they're from originally, I think they were an American company, and it was a British company that took them over. But a really nice set of lobby cards from really great film Candyman. I always prefer the first film. It's sort of more original, and I always found the very first one quite jumpy and more disturbing when I first saw it, and completely original. And being Clive Barker, it was really good and really twisted, as it's based on one of Clive Barker's short stories. And then just on from that, again on the same subject as Clive Barker creator, you've got the very first Hellraiser film. Now these lobby cards, these are French, from the 1987 Hellraiser film, the very first original one, and you've got Doug Bradley here as the lead Cenobite, Nicholas Vince as Chatterer, and you've got Butterball played by Simon Bamford there. Really nice shots from the first movie, and then you've got a really great shot there of that's Claire Higgins, and you've got Oliver Smith that plays the skinless Frank, and really great shot there. Again, this is all before CGI, and you know, the latest technology in filmmaking. So this is all like Die Hard. Long hours of work of makeup, and it looks a lot more effective than a lot of the CGI stuff that's come out today. This shot, you've got Simon Bamford, and that's Ashley Lawrence there that plays Kirsty. Really great shot there, and particularly this is the first film. It's to me, it's probably one of the best, or probably the first two films for me, or possibly up to the third film. But this one is it comes first as the best one for me, as it's it's quite simply done. You know, there's not many people in it. It's just basically more like a haunted house film, and it just, as the drama and the story is around the house and what goes on, and it just worked really well. And sometimes I prefer horror films that are like that, where you don't have too much, like too many characters, so it makes it a bit more interesting. When you just have the main characters, you can concentrate on those characters more in the film. So then you've got Oliver Smith there, and Ashley Lawrence as Kirsty, and that's Skinless Frank. So a really great shot there with the puzzle box. That's like the tramp-like character that comes in right at the end of the film, that takes the box out of the fire and turns into like a demon wing like dragon bat thing and flies off with it. Really clever, really creative. This one, I absolutely love this one. This has really got a really demonic, sort of satanic look about it, which is, you got the dead body, dead skin body with the like candles around it, and then you've got Doug Bradley's Pinhead and Nicholas Vince's Chatterer and Butterball there, played by Simon Bamford again, in the attic scene. So it's really, really great, really effective. And again there you've got Ashley Lawrence as Kirsty. So super lobby cards there that are French lobby cards. And then these lobby cards I have, which are from the 1973 film of The Exorcist. Now, The Exorcist, when I first saw it, obviously a lot younger, was a film that really did actually affect me. And I did actually watch it again recently on the Blu-ray edition, and I watched it again and I thought, wow, this is actually a really, really good film. And it's really well made, really well done. But I would put it across as the very first film where you have demon possession or spiritual possession of a young person, in this case of a young girl. And I suppose that's why it was so bad in the theatres back then. It created such an impact. But of course today it's not so much surprising. There are so many films now that involve possession. So, but back then it was very different. Back in the early 70s, and so these lobby cards, these are Spanish lobby cards, and in this shot you've got Linda Blair, who's the possessed girl, and then you've got Jason Miller, who plays the skeptic priest. And then you've got this lady here is Kitty Wynn, who's obviously the carer in the house, or one of the carers. And then you've got the detective who's trying to work out what's going on. That is Lee J. Cobb. And then this one here, who with Linda Blair character, who plays Regan. And then you've got the mother, that's played by Ellen Burstyn. So Burstyn or Burstein, I think I pronounced that right. I was actually just looking at this lobby card and I thought this is actually quite eerie. Her daughter's asleep on the bed here, and then you've got this photo of her daughter where she's got her hands like in prayer, and she's actually looking right at you through the photograph, which is quite eerie. It's quite disturbing. Like she's trying to tell you something there, which is quite effective. And then again there with mother and daughter. And then this one here is a very famous shot from the film where the priest, who's played by Max von Sydow, or Sydow, I think I pronounced it right. He's the guy that comes to exorcise the girl with Jason Miller's character, and tries to free Regan of the demon. But it's a very famous scene where he steps out from the car under the light, which is actually, just trying to get what I'm on about, which is that scene there. You can just see in the corner there where he steps out from the car under the light. Very famous cinema scene, and then shows him the door and lets him in, which is really, really effective. And then in the moment of possession, with Max von Sydow there. It's really sad actually, because he just died recently, I think around the 8th of this month of March, I think he died, so just very recently, which is really sad to hear. But he had an amazing film career. And then this one here of the demon possessed Regan, and then towards the end of the film, this figure of the demon, the statue, which is the demon Pazuzu, which sort of lights up in the scene of the film, which is very clever, very effective. and then you've got Jason Miller again as the priest in a final lobby card there. So again, you know, back in Spain or France, you see all these lobby cards, and going into the theatres, even over in other countries, would have been amazing to see in the theatres. But they're a really great collection of lobby cards to have, and it can tell you more about the story just looking at the pictures from the movies. But they are sought after, very collectible to have the lobby cards. Again, I always like to have the cinema posters with the lobby cards, or front of house stills, which is the British way of saying it. It sort of completes the set. So hope you enjoyed this video, and hope to do more lobby card showing very soon. So thank you very much. Bye.